And I know everybody likes to kind of poo poo on Jalen Hurts because of what they did and switching up their styles and stuff like that. But and what I'm talking about really is just like they went from a more pass heavy team to a more we're gonna control you with a ball dominant uh, type of team after week 5 after their bye. And I just want to talk about that a little bit because I think we just kind of say that 2-2, and then well they took the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands. And look, yes, Jalen Hurts versus pressure is not very pretty. He's like he's very very bad at dealing with pressure, so he does need to work on that. But at the same time, you know they had injuries. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goddard, their top pass catchers, were all injured. Like we're in and out of the lineup throughout the season, so he didn't have them. And then I know we talk a lot about that Eagles offensive line with Jalen Jordan, sorry, Jordan Mulata, Landon Dickerson, and Lane Johnson. They're awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, they're awesome at pass blocking and they're really good at run blocking. But this unit as a whole, uh, Dickerson, Ken Jurgens, their center, and then I guess their new guy Tyler Steen. They did not do well blocking the pass blocking.
They weren't terrible. They were very average to below average. I think is the personally the best way to put it. But
Oh yeah, I would
yes,
say that.
they struggled with stunts. They struggled with consistent, keeping up with that kind of
And
pressurized situation.
and I do want to say Jalen needs to play better. Like he needs to play better. Like he had not all of the sacks and lost downs are on the offensive line. It can be pointed at the quarterback too. So Jalen Hurts needs to be better, and that offensive line needs to pass block better. But I still think this team is still very very good. Like I said, they had a 2,000 yard rusher last year. You can't uh, you know Saquon had that awesome backwards hurdle he had.
It's the Madden
Got
cover.
got the Madden cover. So yeah, I think overall, I mean, this team is still really good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Saquon's going to get another 2,000 yards, but I still think he'll be pretty productive. Don't get me wrong. I still think it's 15, 1,600 yards. I think that's still a productive offense. I would just say they need to stay healthier, really, just with their weapons, obviously. And then Jalen Hurts needs to do better with facing pressure and dealing with that better. And yeah, like you were talking about the top here, this team could definitely, if things go their way again, they could be another. They could be the NFC representative.
I agree, and I do want to go a little deeper on the Jalen Hurts thing because I have personally experienced this just recently because I made a top 5 short and I put Jalen Hurts at 5, and
I am right there with you, my man.
yeah, I don't. I'm glad we agree because I don't think it's debatable at this point. Like everybody is telling me that, and I knew it's a very contentious topic, right? Everybody's got their own opinion on who should be number 5. We all agree on, maybe not the order of the first 4, but we all agree on the first 4.
Yeah,
And I really wanted to make the case for why I think Jalen Hurts is very undervalued and why I think we are very unfair to him because, well, he had a 2,000-yard rusher. It's like he didn't have that when he went to his first Super Bowl. It's like, well, but he has all this help, and it's like, look, I like Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield has 2 top-level receivers. He had a running back last year that got 1,500 yards from scrimmage.
like
He has a
fourth round pick.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a really good offensive line. He had a head coach that he might have the best. I think he has the best tackle in football in Tristan Wirfs. And nobody is coming out here saying, well, Baker just has all this help. How can you when I put Baker at 7, nobody goes, how can you put Baker at 7? He's got all this help around him. Nobody says that. And that is the argument consistently with Jalen Hurts. And we're always moving the goalpost for Jalen Hurts because he went to the Super Bowl. Well, he had a 2,000-yard rusher. Well, what about the time he didn't have that? Well, then he had two really good coordinators. It's like, okay. It's like, and he always has A.J. Brown. He's like, but he didn't have A.J. Brown the first year he was the starter. His best receiver was a rookie Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins, and he got them to the playoffs. Like, and the goalpost just continuously moves. But the other thing that annoys me is, like, it's not only that Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback we kind of treat on this curve of, like, we're going to perpetually just talk about the help he has. We don't even do that with the Eagles players on the team, right? Like, nobody says A.J. Brown is dope. Well, you know, he's got Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley taking attention away from him. You know, nobody ever, I didn't hear nobody ever, you ask, hey, how would you rate Saquon Barkley? Well, he's the best running back in the NFL. It's like nobody talked about the fact that Saquon Barkley failed to get 1,000 yards 3 out of 4 years from 2020 to 2023. And then the second he goes to the Eagles, he gets 2,000 yards rushing. If I came out here on this podcast and said, Saquon Barkley, I mean, really? Like, he's got the best offensive line in the league. What else is he supposed to do? You know, it's like, okay. It's like, but no, they didn't have 2,000-yard rushers before. Like, it's a dumb argument. But yet, I feel like people are making that equivalent argument every day against Jalen Hurts. So that's my soapbox. I think we're unfair. I think Jalen Hurts has clearly proved he's an elite level quarterback, or he's at least deserving to have the benefit of the doubt. I don't have another quarterback I would rather put above him. I just don't like. Are we really giving Baker Mayfield so much credit for his 41 touchdowns that he deserves to be that high? Jared Goff with those 37? Because, like, Brock Purdy, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, I mean, all of these quarterbacks had similar statistics to him last year. They all had around the same amount of touchdowns in terms of total touchdowns. And, you know, I don't understand why we're so unfair to Jalen Hurts. It really is bizarre to me.
Well, he didn't, they're not throwing the ball all over the yard or whatever. And it's like, I think that takes extreme discipline and, trust in the coaching staff, because I think they went into that bye and they were like, hey, it's not working passing the ball, throwing it all around, A.J. Brown's hurt. Devontae Smith got hurt. I don't know exactly when, and Dallas Goedert, all of them got hurt. But, hey, like, we can run block pretty well. Like, we're doing pretty solid. And so, yeah, they made that shift. And Jalen Hurts, we didn't hear a peep. Now, we had A.J. Brown. He tried to throw his do whatever he did and talk about their passing. And then, the next game, Jalen Hurts did have a great passing game. Now I wish he could. I want him to do it more consistently, but like I don't need like we're not calling for Jalen Hurts to throw it 30 plus times in a game, then I don't need him to. We're up. We're winning. I don't care.
I agree. Well, it's also like there are not many quarterbacks that do well when you throw the ball a lot. Like that's just what it is. Like throwing the ball a lot is typically not a good outcome. I mean, it means you're probably down, if anything, or it just means you're in balance and you can't run the ball, which again, like on 3rd and 2, you don't want to pass the ball. Like at least not as a primary strategy.
Least, 3rd and 2, you could pass it. You could run it. You throw a screen. Like that opens it up. But
people, again, it's like Jordan Love had basically the same amount of pass attempts in the back half of the year as Jalen Hurts. Nobody is coming out here going, I don't know, can Jordan Love even throw the ball? I don't know, can he? Like, but it's also, I think people are just so past obsessed with quarterbacks, and I get it. Like that's obviously the primary thing a quarterback does, but like people confuse the top 10 quarterbacks with the top 10 passers.
Yeah.
And they think they're the same thing, and they're not the same thing. Jalen Hurts does a lot more. Yeah, is he? If I was making a list of top 10 passers, I probably would not have Jalen Hurts on that list.
Yeah, of course.
But like being a quarterback is managing the game,
Yeah.
It's passing, it's running, it's picking up first downs, it's making play calls, it's having those intangibles, it's understanding the moment, it's knowing when to not take a sack, it's knowing when
Yeah.
to avoid it. Like, there's all these components that go into what makes a quarterback other than just, I throw a ball pretty, bro.
I throw really good and I get a lot of yards.
And
It's like,
and like
okay.
I don't mean to shit on him, but like I feel like that's what like I feel like it's just such a basic level. It's like I'm gonna say, you know what? It's a casual take because it's the same kind of people that'll say Justin Herbert is the fifth best quarterback in the NFL, and it's like, yeah, maybe he's the fifth best passer. I'd probably be fine putting him as the fifth best. He is not the fifth best quarterback in the NFL. He has not. He has not been a good enough quarterback to
This is
be
his
that
year,
high.
Jake. He's on the Peyton Manning. He's on the Peyton Manning
and
trajectory.
and maybe it is, maybe it is. Like, if he has a great year, I'm okay putting him up on the list. But like up to this point, like people are like, oh, he's such a good passer. It's like I don't, bro. Wait, what do you want? What do you want me to tell you? Like, I've got a dude who's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. He's played great in both of them. He's
Has a
been,
Super Bowl MVP.
He's been a runner-up for league MVP. He's been a second-team All-Pro. And like, y'all want to sit here and tell me mid? I'm like, I don't know what y'all. I don't know. I don't know what to do with y'all.